Hi, everyone. Rick Markuson here with Realty Partners. Hey, I'm excited to give an opportunity to share some of the proven real estate business activities that helped me close 200 transactions in the past 8 years. And I only have about 10 minutes, so I'm just going to go right to the point, if that's okay. Some of you know, but back in the late 70s, in the mid 80s, I owned a sign manufacturing and erection company. And we had this saying, a business with no sign is a sign of no business. And, you must know how to generate customers. I don't care what business you're in, especially in the real estate business. You either starve, it's not a fun hobby if you're not making any money. And so you'll be miserable if you don't know how to continually bring in customers. So how are your future customers going to learn about your awesome real estate services? That's where we want you to start thinking. What do you want out of the real estate business? Where do you see yourself in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road? You must have a marketing plan, a business plan, a complete business plan. It needs to be written down. How are you going to finance your plan, once you put one together? It's very important. By the way, lately I heard Thomas mention about the importance of incorporating. By incorporating, I did that in, I think it was December 27th, 2014. And my goodness, I've been able to add or save so many. Otherwise, my commissions would have been, a lot more of them would have been paid to the IRS, or taxes. So it's really not what you make, it's what you keep. I challenge you to take the next few weeks, or at least no longer than the next couple of months, and think about what your 2022 real estate business is going to look like. And here's a couple of things to consider. And, a business plan, like I said, is a map to guide your direction and progress. The written budget for the business, be wise and frugal, but, don't be cheap. Don't get into something that really doesn't do the job. It'd be better just to not get it at all. I really believe investing in yourself is the way to go. When you can do your job quicker and more efficiently and wow your customers, the more you're going to be happy and the more successful you're going to be. Having a calendar, I love the G Suite calendar with electronic notices. I couldn't tell you how many times I was in a presentation and I would set it so it'd give me an hour notice. So I had plenty of time to wrap things up, do a contract if I needed to, and move on to the next. And time blocking. I know these are basics, but it's so important to be able to manage your business building activities, especially. And I had the mistake that I would, drop everything for a phone call. Don't let other, busyness interrupt your program, your time blocking. So crucial. Once I learned that, it helped me out tremendously. You must be able to measure everything at least once a year. And, and things that aren't giving you the ROI you believe that you can get maybe somewhere else, you eliminate them. And I like looking at my marketing every 4 months. So that's 3 times a year. I think quarterly is a little too soon. It really takes 4 to 6 months for any marketing to really find out if it's going to work or not. And there's no there's no click a button, flip a switch, and you're going to have instant business. It just never has come that way for me. You got to have the right mindset. I think affirmations are so important. And I like praying and asking God to be involved in my business. I feel so much more powerful and know where I'm going and confident when I use affirmations or I ask God to be part of my business. read industry literature, be aware of the latest technology, financing options, real estate programs, marketing trends. This information also builds your confidence. And you, on a click of a switch, you would be able to share information that wows your customer. Hey, this person's been around the block. This person has the experience that I think will help me be successful in my real estate transaction. Make sure you have the tools to be efficient. And I really believe you've got to at all times wow your customers. You got to dress for success too. I can't believe I see people in shorts and flip-flops sometimes. I don't know, if you're around on the beach all the time, I guess that's fine. But I think first impressions are especially important. Make sure you have, Realty Partners has most of the tools you need, but some of the things I'm talking about is, maybe a laptop or something to allow you or to make an offer right away, or I have showing time. I think I pay $30 a month, and I have so many extra things that it does for me to save me time, especially on the listings, of course. So you've got to know what's out there and pay attention, and your business will do much better. It'll thrive if you implement these systems, and learn to integrate other professionals and third-party services. You'll be much more efficient and make a lot more money. And once you're making money too, then you'll be able to enjoy, having vacations and family time, take time off, and your business will keep running. I know all those above things are basics, but are you implementing them? That's the key. Knowing about it and taking action and implementing them is two different things. You need to implement them. Some other things: build relationships with everyone. Don't prejudge. You never know who they know. It's just amazing how some people, you think, oh, I'm going to help them, because, they're nice people. I'll never get anything. And the next thing you know, bam, they refer you to someone that refers you to someone. And you do a whole bunch of transactions because of that. Just don't prejudge. I like taking people out to dinner. I'm not going to spend much time on it, but right after, I've learned now after all these years that right after the inspection contingency is over, take them out to dinner and share with them the next, what's next in the process. They appreciate it, and build that relationship, and let them know that your business depends on referrals. Otherwise, instead of getting to spend this quality time with my customers, I'm out spending like 60-80% of my time trying to find new customers. So let them know how important it is and how much you appreciate it. You've got to know frequent objections. I notice this so much except for maybe Keller Williams agents are about the only ones that I really know of that are really good with handling objections. And be able to handle that objection, and not to shut them down, but to have them agree with you or you agree, and then move them forward. So important. I like Sean Kokoski, and then we also have the programs in Realty Partners, which is fantastic as well. Learn to hire and purchase systems that take care of all your low-paying tasks. When I did this, I hired a coordinator, administrator, and we started to get, I was afraid to let her handle some of the things, and we started to get more reviews, better reviews, and a lot more referrals. So we kind of like tag teamed. It worked really well, and it really wasn't that expensive. I was able to probably do $60,000 or $80,000 more in business, and it only cost me about $17,000 or $18,000 a year for a part-time person. It was great for her, and it was great for me. One of the things I want to just take a minute with is that I think that helped me build my business is I try to meet my potential customers as soon as possible. And when I really like to meet them at the house that they're calling about. And at that time, I'm not really trying to sell them on that house. A lot of people, I think, make a mistake on that. I try to sell them on me, my professionalism. And, see what it says here. And one of the things that I've learned to do is I know quite a bit because I've been, around the block, and I rehab many homes. And so I know construction and so on and so forth. So I walk around the house and I ask them, well, as we're walking around the house, I ask them, can I show you, point out the good and the bad? And then they always say, yeah, that's why we have a real estate person. But, so when I ask them that, it really works well. So I get them involved in how much they know, what kind of, the differences in roofs and siding, and, what's going to be more maintenance free than the others, some basic things. But it's amazing what people just take for granted. And it really helps me stand out. Some of the other key things about moving forward, if we decide we want to work together, because I'll ask them, I talk about financing options and contingencies and how are they used, and find out their situation by asking them questions. Go over the different contracts and how does their offer look like, and find out if they plan to lowball offers. There's been some people that just want to go out and see how cheap they can bring somebody down on a price. And especially in this market, it's a total waste of time. So I weeded them out. Find out their strong points, their weaknesses, time frame, they just, and how they like to communicate, real important. One item I'm not going to brag about because I'm terrible at it is keeping in contact with sphere of influence, past customers and present customers. I hired and went back into by referral only. They have a great program, and there's so many programs actually they offer for $199 a month that you can't take advantage of all of them, but it's a great way to stay top of mind with your customers. You have to constantly focus on generating business, and there's different lead generating activities. I believe you should have 7 systems at least in place if you want to make, well over in the 6 figures. And you should add like one, or I would say a couple a year if you can. I have some, if you have like a lead generation program that'll give you 2 or 4, let's say 4 transactions a year, and let's say that costs you about $4,000 that year to finance that lead generating system, but it brings you 25 grand, 25 grand. That's 6-fold. That's a pretty good ROI. Anytime after 4, I try to focus on 7 times my investment. But once you get one working, then you get another working, and then pretty soon you'll have 7 working. And most of them, if they can get you 3-4 transactions, you've got yourself 24, 25, 27 transactions a year, making some good money. And then you'll be able to enjoy, if you implement the transaction coordinators and a coordinator, and maybe eventually get a virtual assistant, which I love having a virtual assistant. Now you can take vacations and enjoy the money as well. So that gives you a good idea of how I believe I was able to do those 200 transactions. And this is a great industry. I am so happy that I got into the real estate business, and I look forward to hearing your stories of success in 2022. Thank you. Bye.